In the headlines, Prime Minister the Right Honourable Gaston Brown reiterates the call for reparations. King Young Destroyer is back on Antigua and Barbuda's Calypso throne. And Winifred Kent Smith is now the country's youngest centenarian. The news in detail starts now.
The local evening news is brought to you by Nagico, local agents Bryson's Insurance.
Good evening. Welcome to the ABS Weekend News. I'm Nicola Barito. A special welcome to those of you joining us across our various streaming platforms. And of course, welcome to those of you joining us right here on air. Let's dive right into it this evening. Antigua and Barbuda is commemorating 192 years since the abolishment of chattel slavery. Now, as the world pauses to reflect on the atrocities of the enslavement of Africans, Prime Minister the Right Honourable Gaston Brown is reiterating the call for reparations.
Reparations are neither an appeal for charity nor an exercise in assigning inherited blame. They are grounded in principles of justice, equity, and historical accountability. Reparations should also be seen as a deterrent to future atrocities.
On world leaders to acknowledge the consequences of slavery and colonialism and undertake meaningful measures to address the structural inequalities produced. These measures, he says, include investing in education, healthcare, and climate resilience.
Repair is not about revisiting the past. It is about creating a more just and equitable future. It's about enlightenment. It's about respecting and preserving our common humanity.
The United Nations earlier this year voted to recognize the enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity. In other news now, let's tell you what's happening because crowds gathered at the Botanical Gardens last evening for the 19th annual Emancipation Watch Night, marking 192 years since emancipation, with an evening of drumming, dance, and cultural performance. While the Antigua and Barbuda Reparations Support Commission hosted the free public event drawing cabinet ministers, diplomats, and community members. The night opened with a libation ceremony honoring ancestors. Minister of Sports and Creative Industries, Dwayne George, addressed the gathering.
Therefore, our coming together here tonight in recognition of our emancipation is more than just a celebration or an anniversary. It's a national moment of reflection, pride, and purpose as we honor our past and claim our future.
The commission also recognized Senator Angelica O'Donoghue, calling her one of its most active members. International performer and educator Kim Poole also took the stage, telling the crowd reparations begins with self-reflection as much as policy.
Reparations is not only about the money they owe us, because they owe us, honey, they do. It's not only about the legislation in the courtrooms, it's also about the reparation we owe ourselves. You see, we owe it to ourselves to remember, kumbusho, to remember, to give ourselves a second chance for who we've become inside these systems that distort our humanity.
Well, the commemoration continued today with Emancipation Village at the VC Bird bus. In other news now, King Young Destroyer is back on Antigua and Barbuda's Calypso throne. Laston Jacobs reclaims the national monarch title with his election-themed song, Snap Election, earning the top prize of $30,000. Jamie J. Roche reports on the performance that carries Young Destroyer back to the crown.
the winner of the Cavalier Calypso Rum Finals 2026 is Young Destroyer!
The announcement confirms what lesson King Young Destroyer Jacobs says he felt from the moment Snap Election was released. The humorous retelling of Antigua and Barbuda's recent general election carries him back to the top of the Calypso world.
I'm just overexcited, I'm just overexcited, from the time I released this song. It's been pandemonium in the Calypso yard.
Jacobs had the challenging task of opening the competition, but the former monarch says singing first did not intimidate him. Despite a few hiccups with his planned presentation, he refused to dwell on what had gone wrong and instead put everything into his delivery.
Real good with his lip. He said Liberta people should raise rabbits.
He emerges ahead of 12 other Calypsonians whose songs addressed politics, foreign relations, crime, education, national identity, and the state of the Calypso art form. Young Destroyer says his winning song was not intended to deliver a complicated political message.
It was just a recollection of what happened, and as you said, I put a little humor in it to make it just, to express how we feel in song. The message was just, vote for who you want.
After finishing second runner-up last year, Jacob says he looked within, identified areas for improvement, and worked to strengthen his craft. He says he concentrated on his lyrics, melody, diction, clarity, and overall delivery, rather than blaming the judges for the previous result. Dr. Solo finishes as first runner-up, with Friends of All, Enemies of None, receiving $20,000. The song also earns him the award for Best Social Commentary. Lyrical Reds places second runner-up with Analysis and receives $10,000. Melipna Stick wins Most Humorous Calypso with Tech the Money, while Dr. Paul is named Most Improved Calypsonian. Young Destroyer says the victory is especially meaningful for his family. He thanks his wife, children, parents, and members of his team who supported him throughout the season.
My father is sick right now. He couldn't make it tonight, but I'm sure he's in his bed, well comfortable and happy that I brought it home.
With the crown on his head and his supporters celebrating, King Young Destroyer returns to the stage for an encore of the song that completes his journey back to the top. Jamie J. Roche, ABS News.
Congratulations, King Young Destroyer. In other good news, Winifred Kent Smith is now the country's youngest centenarian, while she celebrated the major milestone, her 100th birthday, outside her John Hughes home earlier today. ABS's Rakib Aparicio has the story on the Emancipation Day celebrant.
Winifred Kent Smith, surrounded by family and friends, celebrated her 100th birthday on Saturday. Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Social and Urban Transformation, Rosa Greenaway, encourages Antigua and Barbuda to celebrate its oldest citizens.
They are the keepers of our history, our traditions, and our values. Their lives remind us of the importance of hard work, faith, sacrifice, and service.
Kent Smith, according to her family, is a lover of church and history. Her daughter Lynette Smith Mullen says her mother's mind remains sharp.
She's a very, very strong person. She loves to read. I don't know if you all noticed she was reading the program. So while Governor General trying to keep her looking nice, she reading to see what's coming next.
Her family says the milestone is a testament of her strength. Winifred has survived multiple strokes, lost both of her parents before turning 20, and has buried children and grandchildren. Smith Mullen says her mother, an asthmatic, grew ill Saturday morning, prompting a call to EMS.
She was just not responding, and it seemed as if she wasn't breathing and all that and all that. I thought I would be strong. I really thought so, but... All right, so with prayer, she just bounces back.
She is now one of 7 living centenarians. Governor General His Excellency Sir Rodney Williams underscores the significance of the milestone.
Very few persons are blessed to live to the age of 100 years. And so we consider this a blessing. And it's through the grace and mercy of the Lord that Grandma Winnie is able to do this. And so I want to say that when a person reaches 100 years, they ought to be admired. They ought to be celebrated. And we should be grateful to God for that.
All of this country's living centenarians are female. Rakib Aparisi reporting for ABS News.
And we're all feeling the rhythm. 7 bands will put their best pantsticks forward in an effort to dethrone reigning Panorama Championships that CUB Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra tonight in the 2026 State Insurance Panorama Competition. While the first band to play on the night of the show tonight will be the Harmonite Steel Orchestra with their arrangement of Fire in the Backseat. Reigning Panorama champions since 2017, the CUB Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra will play in position 7. Last year's second runner-up, Halcyon, will be the final band to take the stage. The show kicks off tonight at 8 p.m. and tickets are $40, just $40. So please go on out and support. All right, and of course you can join us right here on ABS television for all the insights and the sounds of steel. Well, when we come back, we are going to take a look at what's happening weather-wise. Stay with us.
The weather report is brought to you by Leeward Islands Hurricane Protection.
When the skies are clear and the winds are calm, we often forget how unpredictable Mother Nature can be. But when a hurricane strikes, it's the strength of your home that matters most. Whether you are preparing for your first storm or looking to upgrade your current protection, Leeward Islands Hurricane Protection has got you covered. Our expert team handles everything from custom design to professional installation, ensuring your home is as strong as it is beautiful. Call today for a free consultation. Leeward Islands Hurricane Protection, built strong to weather any storm.
And welcome back. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the weather forecast. So we experienced a lot of showers this morning. This is in association with a trough that was across the area for today. The trough is still lingering over the area. However, some of those showers have decreased throughout the day. However, we still see some lingering moisture across the area, especially in the back half of the trough that could still come through later on. We can see on our radar that most of the showers that took place was further east away from the islands. So this is why we got those on and off showers over the past 24 hours. For tonight, with that moisture still lingering, we have a 70% chance of showers, mostly brief and occasional at times, and a 20% chance, a very low chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Winds will be out of the east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour and a little bit gusty if there are showers. Low nighttime temperatures are 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. For tomorrow, we have that moisture still lingering, 60% chance or moderate chance of a morning shower into the afternoon. We're expecting that those showers will decrease into a low chance and clear up by the afternoon. So our temperature highs will reach 33 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the east tomorrow at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For our marine forecast, we've seen a decrease in the seas. Seas for tonight into tomorrow will be 4 to 6 feet. So small craft operators still should exercise caution, but by tomorrow we are expecting the seas to taper off and become calmer. So for the next couple of days, we still have some showers that are expected between Tuesday and Wednesday as another tropical wave is expected to come into the area. The chance of showers then will be at a 60% of passing showers. Monday is expected to be a nicer day at just a 20%. Winds generally out of the east, and our temperatures will range between 32 and 34 degrees Celsius. And of course, the seas will be calmer as the week goes on, so enjoy the beach if you can. And with that, I've come to the end of tonight's forecast. Back to you, Nicola.
Thank you so much, Rissa. So I'm guessing partygoers, carnival people feeling the rhythm tomorrow should be okay?
Should be okay in the afternoon especially.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But still, you walk with your umbrellas just in case.
Just in case, your parasol.
Yes, yes.
All right, have yourself a safe weekend as well, Sharissa. Thank you so much. All right, we can tell you that there is a lot going on in sport. I am going to tell you all about Jamaica stunning Australia. We've also got Windies ahead of their test and so much more coming up in sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like your boat when you're at sea and you get away from everything. Your home and the security of your daughter's things. And the car that you've had for too long, but after all these years, you just can't let go. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
In the heart of the Eastern Caribbean, where fuel meets innovation, stands West Indies Oil Company Limited. With over 60 years' experience, we are proudly owned and managed by locals, and our profits stay in Antigua and Barbuda to support national development. As leaders in fuel storage and petroleum products, we power businesses and communities with gasoline, ULSD, jet fuel, fuel oil, and LPG. With cutting-edge technology at our core, we ensure efficient and sustainable fuel distribution. From operations at the MBM and Sea Island Jetty to a network of service stations across Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica, our commitment to safety, integrity, reliability, innovation, and excellence drives us. Strength and stability define our people, and the depth of their expertise encourages innovation, problem solving, and above all, competent energy solutions. Visit westindiesoil.com or call 462-0140 to learn more. West Indies Oil Company Limited, where innovative energy solutions count.
She went to Panama and came back with receipts, literally. And now we have questions. The shopping was jaw-dropping in the best way possible. Clothes, shoes, home goods, building supplies. Prices so low, she couldn't believe it. There was even a free trade zone where business owners can stock up on inventory and supplies. She went a little overboard there, but we can't blame her. But here's the best part. For those of us still here in Antigua, you can ship directly from Panama to Antigua through Vernon G. Edwards Logistics. Shop online out of Panama and get your items delivered. No flight required. Sign up at vgelogisticsngmt.com. It's a whole new world of shopping.
Under the auspices of their Excellencies Sir Rodney and Lady Williams, Stone Heap Entertainment and Pink Mongoose Events proudly present the Legacy Sessions, formerly a night for stature, the annual fundraiser for the St. John Hospice. Join us on Saturday, 8th August 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Pink Mongoose Studio, Fries Hill, featuring Antigua and Barbuda Music Awards nominees Javante Chatham and Essence the Band, Vince McCoy and Friends from New York, Kenny Blessing from Atlanta, Georgia, backed by Antigua and Barbuda's Band of the Year, the Cutting Edge Band. Tickets are just $150 EC, available at the Pink Mongoose Studio, The Larder, Crab Hole Liquors, King Progress Shop, and on the ticketing app. Every ticket helps support the St. John Hospice. Great music, a great cause. Don't miss the Legacy Sessions.
Welcome back. Sport report now. A confident West Indies. They are looking to sweep nervy Pakistan 2-0 in their test series at home. Well, Windies captain Roston Shea says the plan is to not get complacent.
We're exactly where we want to be. After having the year last year, we set out a plan and said that this is where we want to be. And as I said, we're exactly where we want to be. We want to level up, so we want to just come into the second test, not take anything for granted, just go through the processes that we sit down and talk about, the plans that we talk about. We want to come and execute them to the best of our ability and look to get that set up victory.
Desire for the unit to make it a habit of being tough to beat at home.
I want to make home our fortress, where we make it very difficult for teams to come to the Caribbean and beat us because it's our own conditions. We know them inside out and better than the opposition. So I think we want to really make home advantage count, and we've been doing that well so far. So as I said, we look at the continue the vein of form that we've been in and to take victory in the second year.
The second test bowls off tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Queen's Park Oval, Port of Spain, Trinidad. Joe Root scored an unbeaten half-century to guide Welsh Fire to a controlled 7-wicket win over bottom-side Birmingham Phoenix. In his first match since being reappointed as England's Test captain on Thursday, Root struck each of his first 3 deliveries for 4 and top scored with 58 as Fire chased 138 with 4 balls to spare. Root enjoyed a 77-run first-wicket partnership with Phil Salt, who struck 4 sixes in his 46. While earlier, after electing to bat first, Phoenix managed to post 137 for 9. Lockie Ferguson and Marco Jansen finished with 2 wickets apiece. A third win of the summer moves Welsh Fire from 5th to 2nd in the table, trailing Trent Rockets on net run rate. Birmingham Phoenix have now lost 3 consecutive matches since winning their opener and remain 8th. Well, Jamaica added 3 more medals on Saturday morning's penultimate session of track and field at the 23rd Commonwealth Games at Scotstoun Stadium in Glasgow, Scotland. The team won 2 gold and a silver to take their tally to 15 medals, 7 gold, 3 silver and 5 bronze, as Jordan Scott and Dejani Oakley obliged its favorites in the men's triple jump and women's 400-meter, with Frederick Dakers taking the silver medal in the men's discus throw. Scott, who is having his best season as a professional, became the first Jamaican man to win gold in the triple jump with a wind-aided 16 in 0.72 meters, while Oakley produced a blistering second half of her race to overhaul defending champion Sada Williams and run away to win easily in 50.21 seconds to win Jamaica's 4th gold in the event, and since 2014 when Stephanie Ann McPherson won. Dakers, who won the gold medal in 2018 in Australia, threw 65 to 10 meters to continue Jamaica's streak. Well, we could tell you that Jamaica's Sunshine Girls scored a sensational 1-goal, 46-45 win over defending champions and world #1 ranked Australia in Saturday's semi-final of the netball competition at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. Romelda Akin-George led the Jamaican scoring with 29 goals from 32 attempts, and Shanice Beckford scored 17 from 18 attempts. The win was revenge for an equally close loss in the Final Four, or was in the final 4 years ago in Birmingham, UK, and saw the Jamaicans qualify for back-to-back finals. In Sunday's final, Jamaica will face New Zealand in a rematch of their Pool B game earlier this week, which the Kiwis won 53-48. New Zealand beat England 61-54 in their semi-final game. And finally, in sport, former world #1 Novak Djokovic says Thursday he would make his return to competition at the Cincinnati Masters next month, almost a month after he crashed out of the Wimbledon semifinals at the hands of Jannik Sinner. While the August 13 to 23rd tournament in Cincinnati marks the 39-year-old's first appearance there since his 2023 title. The Serb, currently ranked 5th in the world, joins a dream lineup ahead of the US Open, including Wimbledon winner Sinner, world #2 Alexander Zverev. Now Zverev and #3 Carlos Alcaraz, who has been nursing a wrist injury since April. Well, after Cincinnati, Djokovic is expected at the August 30th, September 13 US Open, where he will bid for a 25th major title. Well, that's a look at sport. When we come back, we take a look at regional and international developments. Stay with us.
Lucas energy. Give me energy. Recharge my energy. Give me energy. Lucas energy. Give me energy.
Before the music drop, before the sunrise, from the first wine to the last lap, Lucasade is bringing the energy all carnival. Every sip, every beat, every move, powered by energy.
Recharge my energy. Give me energy. Lucasade energy.
Regional developments now. U.S.-backed negotiations between Venezuela's interim government and a faction of the opposition will begin in the coming days, with the country's most prominent opposition leader absent. Well, the talks aimed at remaking the country's political system ahead of eventual elections highlight Washington's unprecedented influence over Venezuelan politics since the Trump administration removed Nicolás Maduro in a January raid and installed acting President Delcy Rodriguez. Well, there will be a lead-on by the government side by Rodriguez's brother Jorge, the head of the National Assembly and a longtime negotiator at previous talks with the U.S. and the opposition. The opposition delegation, which the U.S. backs over efforts to overhaul the country's electoral council and top court to ensure free and fair elections, will be led by Dinora Figuera, according to a statement issued by the government and the opposition earlier this month. Well, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we've got international news.
Prepare for unforgettable Antigua Carnival adventure. The biggest and longest running event, the 268D Breakfast Fest Day of Morocco edition is happening on Sunday, August 2nd at Ryan's Lawn on Anchorage Road. Kick it off at 6 a.m. This all-inclusive celebration features the lineup of top soca artists from across the Caribbean, along with a surprise guest. Grab your tickets now via the ticketing app at leading outlets or by calling 728-0427 or 771-0166. Sponsored in part by Sunrise Cargo, Liat 2020, Ears Bryden Ago Limited, Angel Wholesalers, Kenny's Club, and Premier Beverage. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today for the 268 Breakfast Fest Day of Morocco edition.
Welcome back. Internationally now, United States embassies in capitals across the Middle East on Saturday warned their citizens to beware of unforeseen escalation in the regional conflict and urged them to be ready to leave. Well, the warning posted online by U.S. embassies in Bahrain, Egypt, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates came a day after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to hit Iran very hard. Iran and the United States have been at war since February 28th. A period of calm followed a ceasefire, though that collapsed with a return of strikes. With no end in sight, the war has for months upended the lives of people across the Middle East and rattled global energy markets. Quote, Americans in the region should consider departing or be prepared to depart should there be escalation, said the security alert. Now, the messages urge citizens to check flight details and follow safety advice from local authorities. Iran's military on Saturday accused Washington of escalating tensions in the region. Well, that's how we wrap up the Saturday edition of the ABS Weekend News. But before we go, let's just remind you once again that 7 bands will put their best pan sticks forward, and I mean that, in an effort to dethrone reigning Panorama champions CUB Hellsgate Steel Orchestra tonight in the 2026 State Insurance Panorama Competition. And the first band to play tonight will be the Harmonite Steel Orchestra with their arrangement of Fire in the Backseat. It's actually 8 bands this evening. Let me correct that. And reigning Panorama champions since 2017, the CUB Hellsgate Steel Orchestra will play in position 7. So the show kicks off in just a little bit, in just under 30 minutes time. So go on out and support. It's just $40 at the gate. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. On behalf of the entire team, have a great weekend and a very safe carnival.
Get in the Carnival Zone on all platforms, exclusively on ABS TV.